To have things. You don't have to do that. You don't have to depend on someone else to do for you when you can do for yourself.
As an artist, that's a good point. Good point. As an artist yourself, how do you feel about some of the lyrics in rap music? Because I read some of them, and I was, as a woman, offended because some of them are offensive to women. How do you feel about those lyrics?
I don't think that those lyrics apply to me. For you wonder why they call you bitch. I don't think that applies to me. I am a woman who works on my own, and I get out and I do the things that I have to do for me. So that don't apply to me. But he's letting you know. He was just letting some of the women know. You wonder why this brother right here call you a bitch. Well, you lay around these superstars and you ask them for money. You asking them to do things for you. Get out and try to do it yourself. And it's brothers will get out and give you that helping hand if they see that you want it and you're trying. That's anybody.
Let me introduce our next guest. He says he's a gangster rapper and proud of it. He says hardcore rap is the truth that America does not want to hear. Please welcome Bookaphone.
Hey, man.
Did I say your name wrong? Is it Bookaphone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Bookaphone is here.
This is a beautiful young lady right here.
You know each other? Do you know the references?
She's a strong black woman.
Yeah.
I met him through McKen.
Did you also...
Jenny, before I start talking, I want everybody to give a moment of silence for Tupac, and let's concentrate on the positive. Can we do that for a moment?
You sure can. Why don't you tell us about the positive? Tell us some good things about Tupac.
Some good things about Tupac. Basically, he told young black males to, when you talk to white society, look them in their eyes. Stand up, look them in their eyes, and tell them how you feel. Tell them how you think. That's what I got from Tupac. I got the positive. He said, hey, man, I'm doing what I do, but you ain't got to be a rapper. You don't have to be a basketball player. You don't have to be in the entertainment business. You can be like Johnny Cochran. You can be like... you can be a doctor. You can be, you know what I'm saying? You can use your mind. That's what I got from Tupac. I got a young black male that they say our age group from 18 to 25, we Generation X, we don't know what we doing. We don't know where we going. And that's ludicrous. Tupac taught me to basically stand up for what I believe in. I got an opinion like everybody else got an opinion.
Your life was like his life, you said.
My life
how was your life
Tupac.
similar
I lost
to his?
my mother when I was 10 years old. She was gunned down. She was shot in the back of the head at 10 years old. My father came to my mother's funeral in handcuffs. My father's incarcerated to this day. So, you know, I live in South Central Los Angeles. I see the gang violence. I see the poverty.
Were you a gangbanger?
I see all that. I gangbang. I don't gangbang now. Rap is the cause of that. You know what I'm saying? Rap is the cause of that. I'm out there, you selling drugs on the street, you addicted just like the crack fiend is addicted. You getting quick money.
You're saying that rap music encourages that? You said you don't apologize for gangster rap.
I mean, you label it gangster rap, I label it reality rap. Brothers, when you listen to me, Jenny.
The question is...
Let me just tell you this, Jenny. Let me tell you this. That's why I can respect an artist like Domino, because Domino do his thing.
Domino's going to be out here, but...
Let me tell you, Domino do his thing. Domino tell you, hey, man, I wasn't a part of that. I live my life a certain way. I'm a rap
Well, let him talk for himself, but I'm introducing a man who may not agree with some of the things you're saying. This is Dr. Paul King. He's a psychiatrist who says hardcore rap music promotes violence and the lyrics should be banned. Now, the audience... Let him talk.
I treat kids, I've been treating kids for 20 years. I treat kids who have been in violent crimes, who have been in sex offenses, both victims and as perpetrators. Kids who are involved in drugs. And I have had an example. Kid comes up to me and says to me, he says, Doc, with a 9mm semi-automatic weapon, I can blow your blank head off. All right? Because that makes me God. Where is this child getting this? And where is he saying?
It's not from rap music.
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to know. How can you figure that this child is getting it from rap music? What song was this 12-year-old boy listening to? Or whatever? What gives you the impression that it was just a song that told him that he was going to come to you and blow your brains out?
Well, he's getting it both from what he's hearing on the streets He's getting it from rap music.
Okay, well, don't put that together. Don't put that together. That's the problem right now. The media is taking Tupac's death and running away with it, okay? No.
I have had kids that have committed violent crimes say to me that they are inspired by the lyrics of their favorite artist.
That's a lie. I had a chance to talk to Mr. Hawkins in the green room. Mr. Hawkins, his son was brutally murdered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Brutally murdered in Bensonhurst, New York. Man, violence was here from day one. Rap didn't start no violence. Rap didn't start no violence. People die every day, man.
Okay, Book of Poems, we gotta take a break. There are two sides to this issue, very much so. In fact, when we come back, we'll talk to a mother who said that if it weren't for gangster rap, her son might be alive today. But first, taking us to a commercial break, please welcome Rhyme, everyone.
Yo. It's like this, y'all. What's up? Yeah. It's like this, y'all. It's like this. Check it. It's like this, Tupac had it all. Yes, y'all, come on. We gotta give it up, y'all. It's like this one time. Give it up for the Jenny Jones Show. Bail and the mug shot. Chances are not good. Hands on a hot hood. Now you're getting cuffed on Madison and Lockwood. I rock good till they send me home. Yes, y'all, I'm representing on Jenny Jones. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. City Hall. Yeah, one time.
Rhyme. Thank you very much. We're continuing with our next guest. David Diaz is the editor of Entertainment Monitor magazine and helped to launch Death Row Records, the label that handled some of rap music's most controversial artists, including Tupac Shakur. And I want to talk about some of his Tupac's history, what happened the night he was killed. Before we do, we have someone on the phone. His name is Scott Whitwell. Now, this is a man who was shot by Tupac Shakur. We actually sent a camera to Atlanta so he could tell us where and what happened, and take a look at this.
Basically what happened on the night of the shooting, we had crossed the street and just about made a cross when a blue car tried to make a right turn. The car almost struck us through where we were walking. There was a little verbal confrontation between ourselves and the driver. 2 carloads of people pulled up, and the first person that stepped towards me had a pistol sticking out of his belt. I made it across this street here, and it was about that point I heard gunshots ringing out. And I felt one of them strike me in the back in my waist area. I mean, obviously I was devastated at the time of the shooting. I thought it was crazy that a famous singer will be out shooting someone in the back.
Scott is joining us by phone. Well, let him... Hang on a second. Scott, are you with us on the phone?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, he's on the phone from Atlanta. And I just want to be... you were off duty that night that this happened.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And these cars just pulled up, and one of the people in the car was Tupac Shakur?
Well, I learned later that the person that shot me was Tupac.
You didn't know at the time?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Tell us, just walk us through that night again. Tell us what happened.
It was a verbal confrontation with a motorist that I don't think was associated with Tupac Shakur. After leaving away from that scene, Mr. Shakur and his entourage that I found out later pulled up and surrounded myself and my brother and my sister-in-law and made threats, and they were armed in an attempt to get my sister-in-law from the scene. While running away from the scene, Mr. Shakur shot me in the back.
Now, hang on a second. I know that you are not here to... the man has been killed, and you're not here to judge him, but he also was not convicted or charged. Is this
No,
true?
ma'am.
Why, Scott, do you think he was never charged?
Ma'am, I had nothing to do with that. That was out of my control. I'm not here to judge Mr. Shakur. I think it's tragic the way he was killed, but it's ironic he was killed the same way that he tried to kill me.
How do you respond, Scott, to the fact that when we said he wasn't charged, the audience actually applauded in this room?
Well,
how do you feel about that?
I don't, everyone's got their own opinion. I can't judge their opinion.
Were you surprised when he was killed?
Yes, ma'am, I was. I sure was.
Yeah. Do you ever listen to rap music?
No, ma'am, I don't. The first rap lyrics I ever saw was I read some of Tupac Shakur's lyrics after the shooting occurred, and that was the first experience I'd had with rap lyrics.
Are you okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Things are getting better every day.
All right. Scott, if you can hang on the phone for a second. Go ahead, sir.
I have a comment. Isn't it true, Scott, that you're a police officer, and throughout time, the police officers of America have labeled the young black males as endangered species? And all I'll have... Another thing that I'd like to say, Johnny Cochran said it best, if it don't fit, you must have quit.
Must have quit.
Tupac will always live on. Represent.
Yeah. Scott, I mean, there's no question he was shot in the back. Are you saying that it was deserved?
No, I'm not saying any man has a right to get deserved to be shot in the back. But throughout time, it has been precedent cases shown that police officers have shot young black men in the back many a times. Sometimes they have been shot under the armpits. If they're shot underneath the armpits, that means they're...
But not Scott.
No, I'm just saying, this is a collective thing. This is not a one incident thing. The Tupac thing, this is not the first time it happened.
What? Scott, go ahead.
Was he armed?
He's on the phone.
Did Scott have a pistol? Was
Scott,
he armed?
were you armed?
No, ma'am, I wasn't armed as far as his...
Off-duty, not armed.
All
Go
armed
ahead.
cops carry pistols.
I don't, it's not about this. It's not about rap, it's about the lyrics and how the children perceive the lyrics. If you preach violence, the children are going to perceive it that way. And, you know, you've got young minds here. You've got young children.
That's exactly it. So no one got Kurt Cobain from Nirvana.
We're going to show you some lyrics.
Kurt Cobain from Nirvana killed himself. That's the most violent crime to do is to kill yourself. When you kill yourself, you don't go to heaven. That's a sin.
Everybody.
What is that?
When the child hears, go get a 9mm and blow somebody's head off, you can't do that. You know, it's everywhere. It's not just rap. It's every kind of music you have. You can't have children that violence is right. Stop preaching violence, and it might stop happening. You control your own destiny. Nobody can control your destiny. You control your destiny.
Get it right here.
Hang on one second. We're going to put some lyrics up on the screen because I heard what you're saying, but are you saying that if a 9, 10, 11-year-old hears lyrics like this, they're not going to be influenced? Okay. All right, here it is. I want to read the part. This is Tupac Shakur's lyrics. A coward dies a thousand deaths. A soldier dies but one.
Go get a 9mm and blow
some of these words I can't say. It's on the screen. And poetry and power and pistol dropping and murdering those mother blanks before they get you. Picturing pitiful plump, the N-word, copping please, puffing the weed as I position myself to clock G's, which is other gangsters. Now, who's going to tell me that is not going to have any impact on a young, impressionable mind? Yeah.
We can't just put it on the media or rapping. What about the cartoons that they have out that's not so real and our kids looking at it like Beavis and Butthead? What about that in the hard rap? In the not just the boxing, the
Right there, let we go.
A lot of people sit around and they keep saying rap music or this music or Tupac. To move off of that, anything negative, you can't control your child. If they see that, you got to stop your children from watching that. But in every video that you have, everybody see all the money, they see all the gold, and they think that's something good. I don't believe anything should be banned on Dr. King. Nothing should ever be banned because when you start there, to keep going. But for gangster rap, hard rock, cartoons, whatever, start telling your kids to stop watching that crap. Give them something positive to look at.
Scott's not here. He wants to say something. Scott, you're still on the line. What do you want to say? Scott? We lost him. Yeah, put the phone. Yeah.
Now we got to check and see why are we acting like this. We need to check the government. Say we need money to set up programs for therapy. It is for therapy.
Dr. King, yes. Let Dr. King say, put the phone, hang on. Dr. King, Dr. King.
What we need, we have children that grow up at an early age to get those pro-social values. Those values come from home, school, and church. When a child has those values, they have some protection. But what happens is that the commercial packaging of evil power and selling it to kids in the form of violent lyrics, whether that be rock or rap, in the videos.
You know, let me tell you something that wants to get in this conversation. We have three mothers in the audience here. Let me introduce Tanya. She says rap music glamorization of gang life is partly responsible for her son's desire to be in a gang. Your son is 16 years old?
Yes, he
right?
is. Mm-hmm.
Has he ever been in trouble?
Well, he done been jumped on a couple of times from other gang members. He is in a gang.
Was he shot?
No.
He was not shot?
No, he'd been hospitalized with broken parts of his body. You know, but I would like to say, I don't think, not saying rap music itself, gangster rap. I mean, the kids listen to that. I mean, forget the fact, you know, that just on the parents and all that. I understand that and I agree to that to a certain point. But the bottom line is they listen to that music. Y'all glorify, you know, and
Going on in your neighborhood.
Okay.
People are growing up around this situation every day.
Exactly. Okay.
You don't have to listen to rap music when you can walk outside your door and
Exactly. Okay. But rap music ain't helping it on. Okay, they go outside, they doing a hit, and they hit it with rap music. We're not just putting it on rap music, we put egg rap music.
Hang on 1 second, Tanya. 1 second. Put the phone 1 second.
Thank you. I just want to say music does not mold the person because the person is already molded. Jesse Dahmer didn't kill them people because he heard that in Tupac. He killed them because he was hungry. He was crazy.
Music, these young teenagers ain't no No.
People under 19 are buying all the music.
Okay.
Under 19.
So then that shows you how many people listening to it.
You know, it's easy for you to talk. Hang on. No, 1 second. I'm looking for moms. How many women in the audience have teenage children? Because you have to respect this woman's position with her child. And another woman here, this is Joyanne Gilmore. You lost a son to a gang. He was drive-by, shot, killed.
My son never belonged to a gang anyway. Like you say, it does start at home. You upbring your child. Okay, I'm not saying that just gangster music or rap music is the causing of all this, but think about it. You see all the gold, you see the money flashing, you see the glamorous life that they're living. And to the young lady on the panel that said, not only Tupac, because I think Tupac was a very nice-looking, intelligent man, but I feel like if he's telling you, bitch this and, you know, be that and all this, and you got your mama, you got yourself, number one, regardless of whether any man ever call you the B word.
I have to get this question in. Hang on.
This is a man that promoted a culture. The culture he promoted killed him. Now, why are we supposed to be here and give homage to it?
That's not true.
Saying because you think...
The culture that he helped to create is the culture that killed him.
Yeah, he helped to create that. It was already here, partner. It was already here, partner. It was already here. It was already here to a fact. Why do you think all young black males think they got to be strapped? Think they got to be that? It's the society. It's the politicians. It's the poverty. It's the economics. It's all that goes into it.
I want to know why is it that, you know, the media always make it seem like gangster rap is so bad, but what about the hardcore music that all these white people listen to? That's not playing nothing of that. It's not publicized like gangster rap is. That's not right.
In 1985, I testified at the U.S. Senate subcommittee hearing on rock music about the evil in heavy metal music. So it is not just gangster rap. All right, it is in heavy metal music.
Everybody knew band black people, band black people, band.
One more comment from the Reverend.
That there are those positive qualities that Tupac had that need to be lifted up. This was a man who came from devastating poverty, rejection, to achieve stardom. One of the things that he told me, by the way, while we were conversing, which I would hold up for everybody here and for all of the youth across the country, he said to me, he said, you know, Rev, whenever I wanted something, I draw a picture and find a picture and put it over my bed. And I'd sit long and often and stare at it. And I would not sleep in the bed until I achieved what I had above the bed. This kind of determination, all you need to hear, and all of us need to hear, that still in this country, no matter who you are, where you are, if you apply yourself, you can achieve your objective. Tupac delivered that message, and I think that message needs to get out.
He did achieve. But also, aren't those people who do achieve and become, especially those who become famous, don't they have a responsibility to turn back around and do some good?
Well, he did. He never left the game. Teams and everything else.
We gotta come back. We'll be back with rap superstar Domino. But first, another message from Rhyme. Stay with us.
Evacuate the premises, my skill is limitless. Feed off the timidness of all you other images with low winning percentages. I'm out for wages, hoping it's contagious. My interstate old fake grows like when the bay goes. You know the time like Seiko, cause gaining ground on me is like walking in some Play-Doh. I'm on pace like that Bustin' Maywood. I rock shows just to stay good with jeans and a gray hood, cause I be real like Cypress, the hypest, yeah.
I think Tupac's situation was tragic situation because it really didn't have to come to that.
I believe that rap music starts people into violence. I've talked to friends that have told me that I listened to Tupac's music and said it just gave me the feeling that I should go out and do something violent.
My next guest personally took up the fight for Tupac Shakur when Tupac was jailed on rape charges. He's a committed and sometimes controversial speaker. Please welcome the Reverend Al Sharpton.
How you doing? I love you, man. How you doing? Hey, man. Hey, Reverend.
Do you know each other? I think
I respect this man right here because this man is from the neighborhood.
Okay. Well, Book Capone, let me welcome to the show, by the way. Thank you very much for being here. I understand that your feeling is that this shooting of Tupac was a wake-up call to the industry?
I think it's a wake-up call in the sense that we need to deal with violence and not keep stereotyping it that it's young black men that are doing the violence. One of the things that disturb me, even as we hear this discussion, people act like they know what killed Tupac. You know, there's already the conclusion that this has something to do with gangster rap. Suppose we find out this had nothing to do with gangster rap. We've already labeled all of the rap artists as guilty. The thing that's strange to me is, where are the big record company executives that make the money off of these rappers, that tell them if you don't curse, if you don't call women out their name, if you don't have violence, you can't have a video. We don't have them on television explaining anything. But you've got mothers, you got children explaining things. They don't make the millions off of rap. Right. It's the big guys out in Malibu who are not going to come forward and say anything. We need to deal with the standards of violence in this country and not blame it on young black men.
Your hand just went up.
It doesn't make any difference if the artist is white or black. I think Mr. Bookpone is trying to make it a black and white issue. It has nothing to do with that. If the artist is white and his words are hatred and violence, he's out of here.
She put that to me.
So I have no idea what the rap is saying. It's any artist, any movie, anything that promotes violence should be banned.
Excuse me. Hey,
go ahead, Book Capone, you want to respond?
She direct that towards me. Now, this whole studio audience heard me talking. Not once did I say it was a black or white. Did anybody hear me say that? You making it a black or white issue. You're making it a black or white issue. You're making it a black or white issue. You're making it a black or white issue.
I'm not.
I refuse to sit up here and let you put that in lie and say that I did that. I'm not going to stand for that. Don't say I made it a black or white issue.
What did you start out saying?
Because Tupac not only rapped for young black males, Tupac rapped for everybody. He told young teenagers to stand up on their own and have their opinions. And white people bought Tupac albums.
Hang on. Yeah.
White folks bought Tupac albums. Probably more than we did.
Hold on 1 second. Book Capone, you did just say that it was black-on-black crime, and that's the only thing that mattered to you. That's what you were worried about. But what I have a feeling for is, to me, it doesn't matter if it's black-on-black or white-on-black. Crime is crime.
I said that. I already said that.
But you said earlier, black-on-black crime is all you care about. You did say that.
I said black. No,
Reverend Al, would you please... hang on. Reverend Al.
Whether or not you look at it that way, we live in a real world. There is a difference in how the society handles black crime and white crime. Let's be real about it. Let me finish. And part of what the rappers are talking about in their lyrics is the reality of what they have to live with. That is not your reality. If you live in the Henry Horner houses in Chicago or in Albany projects, you don't get up in the morning singing everything is rosy, because it's not.
But still, shouldn't the message be, crime is crime, it's all bad. We gotta take a break. When we come back, we will talk to another guest on this show who was a young teenage boy who had 2 bullets put in his head with a drive-by shooting. We'll be right back.
Like Jason, you can't win for losing because of the grip that you're making. But this particular paper's like a power to the greedy, a guide to the hungry, keeping life in the need. And so we're brainwashed, thinking of it. But don't get me wrong, because I love it. I used to like George Washington way back when. Now I'm sprung on Benjamin Franklin. Now with these people, I could go on like so on and so on and so on. Trip. Who bought your clothes and who bought your food? Who bought your girl and who bought your dude? Cause the small talk tell me who you're trying to hit, cause you didn't buy jack your money. Get the picture. Money is everything. Money is everything. Money, 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 money.
Domino, money is everything. Domino, did you know Tupac Shakur? Did you ever meet him?
Well, I just met him, you know, and I really like to make it a point not to use Tupac's death as a tool or a vehicle for me to rise, you know. What I will say about him is, you know, just coming out of, you know, of the ghetto, we recognize true when it is true. And,
you're saying that rap music, gangster rap, is just basically about the truth.
Well, what I'm saying about it is definitely it's about the truth. And what we need to know is that we need to educate everybody to everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have a person be sold on peaches and cream forever. You know what I'm saying?
So it's about
you definitely have to know every side of what you're working with.
Until we did this show, I never really looked at rap lyrics, and I actually read some.
Right.
And just tell me, I mean, this was like personally offensive to me as a woman. Let me just put them up here. Some of it I can't read. A freak's in my reach, threw her on the floor. Can't say the next part. She's screaming, getting hoarse. It's like violence against women. I mean, this is your lyric, your song.
And that's what it is. And let me
take a break, and I will get your immediate reaction to your own lyrics. We'll be right back. Let me reintroduce David Biaz, the editor of Entertainment Monitor magazine. Let me just kind of run through a history. You're familiar, I'm sure, but some of the viewers may not, of Tupac Shakur's life. 1992, a stray bullet from his discharged gun killed a 6-year-old boy. 1993, arrested for beating up film director Alan Hughes. October 93, arrested for shooting at 2 Atlanta police officers, which was Scott on the phone. November 93, convicted to 4.5 years for sexual abuse. He said he never did it, but he served 8 months for that. And then he was shot 5 times in Manhattan, November 94, and robbed of jewelry worth about $40,000. In fact, he was in a wheelchair from that shooting when he was going to trial. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Right.
Correct.
So,
and you missed the MTV Music Awards this past a couple months ago, where he had an altercation with the Notorious B.I.G.
Yes. Walk us through the night in Las Vegas. What happened? He was there for the Tyson fight, correct?
He was there for a Tyson fight. He and Tyson are good friends, and since Tyson's been out, he's attended every fight. So it's foreknowledge that he would be at that fight. He and Suge. They attended the fight. After the fight, there was an altercation, very verbal altercation between...
Now, Suge, the man he was with, is the person who runs
CEO,
Death Row Records.
Yes, CEO of Death Row Records.
Right.
He runs a $100 million a year company, which Tupac is signed with.
He's the person, by the way, that some people have said was the intended target.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, so they had a fight with supposedly rival gang members. Suge is involved with the Bloods. He has said it, and
it's pretty much public knowledge.
Oh, yes, public knowledge. There were many gang members in town for the fight, and a Cadillac pulled up passenger side. Two guys supposedly had opened up and started firing, and Tupac was hit trying to scramble in the back seat.
He was standing up in the car, I think.
Actually, well, he was trying to get in the back seat for more, I guess, protection. And they're saying that if he had stayed down, he may not have been hit.
25 years old.
25 years old, yeah.
Very sad.
And I have to really quickly just answer the Reverend Sharpton, is that he puts the blame, I guess, or at least is blaming all this on the white record executives, the ones that run MCA, the ones that... I got to tell you, I've worked with the people of Death Row and NWA way back when. These are people that settle their disputes with guns and pipes. And that's the way of life for them. And that is the way of life for them.
Well, no, wait a minute. Let's be fair. First of all, I said that they make a lot of profit. The other thing is, let us also be honest. The music industry has not been run by young guys that have MOB on the phone. They've been run by the mob, who has broken people's legs rather than pay them royalties. Wait a minute. Vegas is run by the mob. So I mean, what I'm saying,
the record industry. I'm not arguing that. But don't say
I'm not saying
I'm not arguing that. But don't say that people tell Suge what to do.
Blame it on white or black.
Tells
I'm saying deal with all of it. Don't just act like one group is violent when you got the whole mob running Vegas is violent.
Okay. We got a break. Be back in a moment.
They're not victims.
We really are out of time, and there are no easy answers, obviously. It's a very two-sided issue. Rap music is about free speech. What I do is about free speech, and we're not saying that the lyrics should be banned. And Book of Poem made a really interesting point earlier. It's not just about the music. It's about government, and government not being involved. It's about society and our own communities not being involved. But at some point, we do have to take a look at how children are impacted by some of these lyrics, and maybe we are the ones that have to start making the change. I thank you all very much. We got to go.